Hello, and welcome back to Grinding My Gears. We are back in this world, and the big job we did last time was to bring in oil. So here we are, we have oil. If I run down and zoom out, then you can see here we have a locomotive. That locomotive currently has 52k of crude in it. We're shoving that crude down 4 stacks of refineries. Those have 1 lube maker and 1 heavy crack. Then the rest goes into the light cracking. So we take off lube first. Then the lube is being tanked. It's up to 6.4 and then it's pushed into this line, which is making electric engines. The petroleum is pushed into this tank, which is now full. And then it's pumped into this build here, which is sulfur for this mega battery build, of which only half seems to be running. Oh, because of iron. Let's have a look. Okay, so it needs lots more iron, basically. Right, and then there's this build, which apparently has enough iron. So let's see what we can do about the iron. Okay, I think possibly we need another iron smelter. And let's try upgrading this to red. Do I have any red undergrounds? No, but I have lots of wood. So let's run over the other end of the build. Right, I've just done gunships, which is pretty awesome. This jet is really quick, but I can't. Yeah, there's loads more things to do. Okay. This is the cargo plane that carries a lot of stuff. Let's have a look. I've unlocked another science. Let's see if we can find the one I've unlocked. Oh, this light gold. There we are. And to make the potions for this, I think I need blue circuits. Okay. I've unlocked another tier of suit, but to make those I need blue circuits as well. Bit of a theme here. I have the option. No, I don't have the dark purple science, so I can't make this tier 3 assembler. However, I can start working through various things on the critical path. I'm wondering whether I should do some more military, because I'm going to have to kill those biter bases, which are sat around the corner. And for that, I probably need some more military stuff. I don't know. I have a lab research speed I can do. I'll do that. Okay, let's run over here. So I need red supplies, basically. I need some red undergrounds and a red splitter, just to make sure I've got what I need. Okay. All our labs seem to be running. No, they're not quite all running. Okay, there's gaps. So we're not quite producing dark blue quickly enough. Okay, these are my boxes of useful things. Have those, have those. Great, I'm going to grab this ore thing as well. That's splitters. This book is blank. How do you kill? Okay, is there anything in here I need? No, not right now, but I can do something with that, I think. Yeah. Okay, so the wood can get dumped into here. Yep, it was red belt I needed, so at least I've got the thing I wanted to get. And where was I? Oh yeah, so we're pushing iron down here. To keep this battery build going, let's check. That's the battery build. And I want to know the transport belts for iron. So I need 0.86 transport belts. That's more than half, so it needs a red belt to carry the material. So we will need to upgrade all this. Okay. So I did the first item. And then I'm expecting I'll need to upgrade the first half, and then we can leave the second half yellow. So that's probably enough. I'm just going to do around here for consistency. Okay. So yeah, now the second half of the battery build is starting to come online. Awesome. Okay, so the next potion I'd like to make is this. It requires blue circuits, but it also requires blue fluid. Okay. Now this blue fluid, we are slightly over on potion makers, so we're under on fluid. Oh, that's transport belts. Let's do items per second. That's better. Okay, so we are slightly over on fluid production, but only by 16% for the number of bottlers we have. But I'm going to need a machine's worth of blue to feed into the next research build. So let's see if we can figure this out. If I move him down one, okay, I'm going to need to make another stack inserter. I need gears, red, green. Okay. Oh, didn't need 15 red. Anyway, I need gears. Okay, so if you stand on if you're picking stuff up and you hover over the recipe, you get to see when the recipe is satisfied. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to need a second inserter, and I'm going to bring in... Okay, so I'd like to put the machine there, but if I do it there, I can't get the pipes to join. I need to move it down one. So I'm going to have to blueprint all of this. Let's blueprint the minimum amount of stuff. Okay, then I'm going to have to pull this up. So the reason I have to move it is because I'm moving it 4 tiles rather than 3. I could use the arrow keys to shift stuff around, but it's a bit painful. That's as far as that can reach. So that would go there. Same recipe. Then we're going to have to do some undergrounding here. Then our blueprint can go back down there. There we are. We can pull in material there, underground. Okay, that's not going to work. We're going to have to actually use a big pole here. Okay, then we don't need that wooden pole on the end. Okay. Do I have stuff that I can put in? Yes, I do. Okay, so what is holding this up? Okay, it's missing water and green science. That's fine. So that's the water. And I can probably make this jump far enough. Yeah, by using a red belt. Oh, didn't want to do that. I was trying to save on belt, but I nearly had a bit of a liquids disaster. Okay, so now that has green. What I need to do is watch this to check that it runs. Okay, it does. Great. This one, however, isn't getting the red circuits it requires. Okay. Now, let's max rate all of this, items per second. Okay, I'm net down 10 machines for red circuits. And the red circuit machines are starved of something. What are they out of? Plastic. Okay, how come they are out of plastic? Okay, because these machines are backed up trying to get rid of their material. Okay, that's up to that. Right, and this is stuck trying to get rid of its material. So how else can we do this? I could use 2 reds, but that would mean doing something about that wooden power pole. Okay, so this is another case where I think we need to move to a steel pole. Except if we do a steel pole, that's trying to put down where the pole is. Because that's what I would like to do. Okay, so wooden, steel. Does that cover all of that? Yes, it does. So I don't think I need this after all. Okay. So that's how we're going to have to do this. Okay, and now we don't have a bridge for the power going over. Okay, so in principle, this should now be running full speed. Which should help. Okay, I've done something silly here. This isn't getting green fluid in fast enough. Let's have a run down to the green fluid build, see what the issue could be there. Okay, so this is the green build. And the issue is only some of these reds are running. Okay, because we have a copper supply problem. Let's head up. Okay, so I thought I was going to be able to do the blue circuit build today. There is no chance. We are going to have to deal with some of these supply and demand issues. Right, so this copper is dead. And what is the solution to that? Well, obviously more copper. But that's 3 lines of copper we need to bring in. Ah, okay, it's this line down near the end of the bus is essentially kaput. Yeah, this one here, essentially finished. Okay. So I'd like to let this mine out. Let's have a look on the map. What do we have? So there's an 8 million patch here. There's a 166 there. I think what I would like to do is start moving ore around by train because yeah, I feel like I've done belts now. So the question becomes, what's the best way to do that? I mean, I can easily put in a train stop here, right, to pick up this 8 million. The issue isn't so much that, it's how I get that into the smelting. Because this is quite congested. Because ideally what I would like to do is start bringing in train stations from this side moving that way. But you can see I've got a power station in the way. How's our power doing? Not too bad. We've got a power station in the way. We've got this patch which is nearly mined out but not quite. This is starting to look like it might disappear soon. Oh, we've got a lack of power here. That's going to slow down mining that. How else could we do it? Right, what I could do is have rail here, which offloads into belts, or rail here. And that could be a series of rail stops which offload onto belts, which then feed into this belt spaghetti. I have these 4 lines of iron I'm not using, and it looks like I'm going to need those very soon down here. I wanted to mine this out first, and this isn't being used very quickly. Perhaps I could take a split off this and prioritize it into here. That might work. See, ideally I would be bringing trains in at the bottom, but that would mean putting smelters this side, and it's just completely the wrong way around for how things have been built. Okay, let's ask the question in principle. How would I get... Let's check how many lines are really starting to run dry. So we've got 4 there. Yeah, so how would I get 4 belts to here? This smelter array is going to grow that way. So I could bring another 3 above this, but I'd have to get it across and down. It's pretty packed, isn't it? So I think that's what I'll have to do. I'll have to bring another 4 lanes of copper in parallel to this. Okay. In which case, the solution is to put in train stations here, which drop off copper. Okay, let's do another research. Right, just work through them now. Now, I I unlocked planes. There it is. So to make this, I need electric engines, submachine guns, rocket launchers. All things that I can make or have. Okay, let's start off by grabbing the electric engines. Because I do really want the plane. I want to go off shooting the natives and exploring out a bit more. Right, so we're making some electric engines over here. And for the plane, if I hold down F near the belt, I will start picking things up. I can't craft this. $100. Good, 130. Right, what else do I need in here? Submachine guns. Which are copper iron gears. Alright, so let's grab a lot of that. Okay. And we will head over to the making area because I think that's a good place to start. Right. We'll need some more efficiency modules. Cool. So we have various stuffs over here. So machine gun. Let's okay, so that's what we need. So it can pull in those, pull in that, and that. Right, and I just need 10 of them. Then rocket launcher. Okay, bring that down. Rocket launcher. Great. So I need 10 of those. Where was I? Right, I don't need the copper. Let's get rid of the excess copper I've managed to collect. Okay. I need 800 plates and 400. Right. Okay. Don't need the gears. Let's find things which are gear hungry. Here we are. Okay, I do need steel. Probably should be going to the smelters and picking it out that way, but here I am. Great. Right, another module. Okay, so iron plates. All right, this is going to be a lot quicker to pull out of smelters. Up we go. Okay, apparently I'm full. Oh, there we are. Right, I've got 800 iron plates. So it's just the machine guns and rocket launchers I'm missing. Right, what have I got here that I can dump in my later boxes? The turf will do, won't it? Don't need that right now. Good. As always with this playthrough, this isn't quite what I intended. That's 2. Oh, this still doesn't have any because... Okay. Okay, now what's the best way to do this? I think... Yep. Okay, why isn't this happening? There we are. Don't have any speed. Oh, I do have speed modules. Whoop. Sorry about that. Try again. Okay, these potions can be dropped off somewhere. Right. Oh, looks so itty bitty on the floor. 4 of those. I'm up to 4 of those. Okay, so if I take a T-junction off here, then I can bring in the first copper station here. I probably need a stacker, however. And I have no idea how many stations I will need in the end. Okay, these stacked 5, so I need to make room. Right, what else can I ditch temporarily? Okay, that'll do. That's 8 of those. 7 of those. Right, let's stack cap this to 2 stacks. I've got a feeling these are going to be needed for other planes later, so we'll... I've got 10 of those. 9 of those. Okay, the speed modules really are not helping. Okay. Almost there. Can I make my plane yet? Yes, I can make a plane. Okay, so here we go. Click. Awesome. So the plane is being made. And in the meantime, let's head over to where we were potentially building our rails. Okay. So it's going to have to be above this refinery. Is it? So what is this refinery actually doing now? This lubricant. If I cut that off though, we're making lubricant here. And this lubricant is, yeah, going into the engine build. So there's no need to be making lubricant over here. There's no need to be filling up tanks. So I don't think we need this refinery site at all. Anyway, I'm not totally convinced, so if we right-hand drive, this would take a train off the main line into our area. Great. Don't need this. And I don't think we actually need... let's leave it. Can't hurt. Okay. So I think the first thing we need is a stacker, and we need to decide what format train we're going to use. Okay, and since we're going into a stacker, we need to decide here which stacker we're going to enter. Once we've entered it, we want to be secure in having done so. Okay, I've got 5 cargo wagons here, so we can measure out. Okay, so I think one, two, three, four, five, six. So we go with 2-4 trains because later on I'll be doing 2-8-2 trains. Okay. Okay, so that's the end of the stacker. And let's get this on. Okay, that fits. So then, yeah, blueprint that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoop, that's misaligned. Let's try again. Eight, 9. Okay, and of course I dumped all my landfill because it wasn't going to be useful. Cool, let's fill in fill in those lakes. Okay. Okay, that can definitely go. Okay, and I'm low on rail. Again, there's probably some of that in my useful boxes. Yeah, there is. Let's dump out some of this material. Okay, none in there. Sorry, I'm just a bit confused. I thought I saw a plane in one of these boxes. Nope. The plane is there. Needs fuel. Oh, it can fire normal red ammo. That's cool. Okay. Do I have fuel in either of these? Nope. And nope. Okay, we'll get to that later. Cool. And I'm going for a great big stacker because my experience is of home base locations that you end up having big imbalances of incoming material, and when you do, all the copper or all the iron or all the coal trains get backed up, and it's just better to stack them. Okay, and I can pull this up now. Okay, so this is a 2 locomotive build. 1. Okay, I don't have a second locomotive on me. I'm going to need some more chain signals. Okay, so we could take off our first station here. It's going to be difficult to build it without chain signals, so let's go get some. While we're down here, we will grab some locomotives. Okay. And the signals are here. Okay, so there's two ways to do this. I can either work from this side that way, or I could start off as close to the main build as possible and work back. I'm just thinking because each build is going to need to push out belts under the previous build. Do we even have room? Okay, yeah, so I could bring belts up here somewhere. If I brought belts underneath there, then I've got this space under, but then that disappears here. So I'm better off bringing them over on the outside. So let's bring in the first train station to the side of this belt. Okay, that would only be able to unload on one side. Let's quickly put down what a station would look like. Okay, so we are going to unload a yellow belt's worth of material. Are we doing yellow or red belts? Yeah, it's going to have to be yellow belts. So let's grab the things I put in the box, which are yellows. So I need yellow belt. I need blue inserters, I've got those. I need yellow splitters. Here we are. And that should be enough. I'm so excited about getting my planes going. Okay, so we are going to have split, split. Ah, okay. So that unloads one yellow belt from the carriage. I'm going to have 4 carriages. That would be 4 yellow belts. I'm thinking that's... Okay, there you are. That would be 2 yellow belts off 1 carriage. Then we would have power, power. And this means I can unload from one side of the train. The problem with that is I need to put things through a splitter, or a balancer. Okay, so let's pull up that. I like 4 to 4 balances. I don't really like using 8 to 8 balances if I can avoid it. Okay. Okay, so that's not too bad. Slightly asymmetric, but you know, that's the way things are. Yeah, so then we're going to have 4 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to rip all this up in a second. Then we'll need a train stop with room for 2. Sorry. Right, this needs to be longer. There. That's the train stop. Then as soon as we're through the train stop, we can come out. Then to come out, you need to merge. When the train comes in, it needs to commit. That's the back of, yeah, that's the back of the train. So then we don't need this square. That's as fast as it can get out. Right, then let's pretend we had the tightest curve possible. Okay, so then this would be coming back this line. And we'll see where that actually goes in on the backbone. Okay, that's not far off here. Cool. Okay, so let's get our Rails book again. Where has my Rails book gone? There. Okay, so previously we did an off. This is an on. Cool. So we need to lose this signal. There we are. Just check I didn't muck up the signals. We haven't got coverage. I think it's okay. Thinking I did it right. There seems to be an extra signal here. Don't know if that's in my book. Okay. And out of Rails again. Can I make any? No. All right. Sorry, there's a lot of walking backs and forwards this time. Next time, hopefully, I'll be flying around in a plane, and there will be lots of flying around instead, which is vastly quicker and a lot cooler. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 500 rails. That should keep us going for a little while. Okay. One of the advantages of using these half junctions, the off-on junctions, is that you really do cut down on the density of signals on the main line. And that is just a lot politer to all the trains. Okay, this is lining up very well, isn't it? So let's take a blueprint of this without this curve. Now, do I want to... Actually, let's keep that curve. It's this one that I think we can redo. Okay, so we will pull this up. And these trees. And take this blueprint and put it down. So that won't work because I've got nowhere to deal with the bells. That will work. That's about as close as I can get it. So does that give me enough room for 4 belts? Yeah, it gives me exactly the room for 4 belts. How am I doing for all my supplies? I'm just about okay. Okay. There we are. So put one of these there. That's as good a place as any, I think. We need a big power pole here. There we are. And whoop, that isn't the right place. That's the right place. Now, do we have everything lined up? No, we don't. Okay. That's why that didn't work very well. Let's pick all this up. And put it down again, 1 tile higher. Okay, then I need a balancer. Don't think I need my book to build this balancer. There we are, and that's our first 4 lanes of copper unloaded from a train station. Awesome. So let's call this copper in. I have some trees. I have some locomotives, I hope. Yep. Okay, let's take the trees, half and half. Copper in, inventory empty. That is so cool. Okay, we have our first train dropping off ore. So, next time we will hook up that 8 million patch of ore, which is comedically close to our train station, and we will dump that in. And then we will think about what to do to tidy up the rest of this area, because it is possible for us to do things like grab this 4 million ore and get rid of this belt spaghetti, which would then let us get another train station to the side here. We need 3 more. This is 5. So 5 plus 3 is 8. That would be 2 copper drop-off stations. That would satisfy our needs. It would get rid of this snake, and we could reuse these ore belts. That's probably the way to go. All right. Anyway, I'm going to stop there. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. Next time, I will be flying an aeroplane, and exciting things will be happening. Bye-bye.